Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome on back, that is. Anyways, so what I wanted to say today was talk a little bit about the current state of New World, and it is far better with the current update they did. They fixed the Hatchet infinite scaling bug. Thank goodness. The machine gun bug for the life staff, the fire staff, where you can just macro it and just shoot like a machine gun, I guess you could say, or a repeater. You could say like the repeater in the war zones. Anyways, they also fixed the food bug, where people were able to just stack the food buffs and just sit there and heal consistently and never dying. But one of the big ones that they changed that's been in the game for a while was resilience. There is a perk on some of the armors where it would reduce the critical strike damage you would take, but it was reducing all damage you would take. And they fixed it. So it's nice. But that leads to what I wanted to talk about more. So they changed the meta with that, because a lot of people were using that thing per se. And this goes back to what I wanted to do when I first started playing New World. Dodge taking. This is going to be very nice for melee users, because now it's going to be a bit harder to stay in combat. So now you're going to have to make use of the thing that I like to call iframes. A lot more frequently. So that stamina is going to be pretty big for melee users, so it's going to start being a bigger thing. So spear may see some more use. Guaranteed bows, muskets, fire staffs, life staffs, ice gauntlets are going to see a lot more use now, because a lot less people are going to want to be up close and personal, because you'll take a lot more damage. And if you're not used to iframing or using sword and board for blocking, it's going to be a lot harder to stay in the fight. So, what I want to talk about, sword and board, main weaponry, that's what I'm going to go with. But I'm looking at the Rapier right now for dodge tanking. Mainly for this. I was looking at this for the extra taunt, because it can taunt. It has a somewhat short cooldown, and I was thinking it was going to be pretty good with this. A reduced cooldown by 20%. But you have to stun somebody for it. So it makes taunting a little bit more difficult for this, because it only lasts for what? For 4 seconds in a 5-meter range, which is pretty nice. For trash mobs, this is definitely going to be a very good tank option. But when it comes to the big baddies, guys that you can't stun, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. But that's why you have the sword and shield, right? You can swap to that, shield bash it, swap back to this, and use this. The whole reason I want to try the Rapier is this move right here. I'm just trying to bleed right now. I know this one and this one are like meta still for Rapier, which is pretty good, but the iframes on this are a little tricky, a little small to get used to. They're short, unlike the dodge. Like this, iframes on dodges are a lot greater than that. It's like half. You do half the distance than you would a normal dodge. Not really half the distance, but half the time. The timing is shorter on the evade than the normal dodge. You almost go just as far, but that's not the point. Anyways, another weapon that I find really good for dodge tanking is the Hatchet. This setup that you see right here, perfect for it. When you use an ability, 25% less stamina usage on your dodges. When you land a light attack on a debuffed enemy, which is why I use this, you'll get 10 stamina back. And if you have this one, you'll get 10 stamina back on a critical strike. So you get 20 stamina back pretty quickly if you get crits. And with this, like say the boss is really tall, you can't really get in there to do the hits, because Hatchet has really short distance on attacks. You can just start chucking at his head. Headshots are guaranteed critical strikes. So, you'll get 20 stamina back easy. And this costs 20 stamina. But I guess this is just a free throw. So you can disregard that. You can get free throws if you hit him in the head. And with light attacks attacking so quick anyways, you can get 10 stamina back each individual hit, which is nice. Berserker, you'll be able to taunt things around you. I believe this has the greatest distance of a taunt. The taunt's 8 meters. I believe is one of the greatest distance taunts. 8 seconds, 8 meters. So it's a good pairing for dodge tanking. And this is definitely my most successful for dodge tanking weapon so far. I haven't really tried the spear. The spear's taunt is pretty lackluster. At best, it's really lackluster. So that's why I'm trying the Rapier. Ouch. I don't know if this is going to be too great for, say, boss tanking. This is all for PvE. PvP is kind of a different story. It is more annoying and you're able to dodge a lot more hits with the Rapier and Hatchet with this setup, if you want to try this setup, if you want. I don't like some of you may be asking, why am I not using Raging Torrent? I dislike this ability. When you get your first hit, like if you miss the first swing of Raging Torrent, you'll keep moving forward, right? But for some reason for me, I don't know if it's for everybody, but definitely for me, when you hit somebody up close and they back off and you're still doing Raging Torrent, you're standing still, just swinging in a circle. And it's just like, why? Where'd my forward momentum go? So that's why I use this. I barely miss my leap strikes anymore, so I tend to use this one a lot more. This is just for the debuff, increases your damage for 10 seconds, which is pretty nice, which also triggers pretty much everything in here. So it's nice. This also increases this damage and this damage. This is nice for picking people off that are trying to run away. And I'm starting to get used to the throw. For some reason, let me put my hatchet. For some reason, the axe actually goes to the slight left of the cursor. It's not in the dead center. Like if you look, it's on the left side. It's not center. It's left. It's weird. It's not centered, not bugging. It's something you gotta get used to. But that's pretty much it for dodge tanking. Again, iframes are gonna be more important now, and I think we're gonna get a lot more range options with the fix to resilience. I think a lot more people are going to start rethinking their heavy tank bruiser setup, where they can just wear a armor piece that has resilient on it and just go full strength, or something, just have a little bit like 100 con, all dex, all strength. I said it backwards, but you get the idea. So we're going to probably see a lot more range options, I feel. I definitely feel like we're going to see a lot more of the range. It's going to be harder for melee people to stay up close. Range people are going to be able to get away a lot easier. And the reason why, change the subject, I like the Sword and Shield so much as well. If you guys do not know this, the fire dash, what is it called? Is it called burnout or something like that? Yeah, burnout. Burnout can be stopped by a blocking Sword and Shield user. If you're a Sword and Board user, you're fighting a fire type user and they wind back to do burnout, just block. They'll run into you and just stop. It's funny, because when they try running away, they'll just stand there like, what just happened? And you're just wailing on them still. So yeah, if you're a Sword and Board user, finding a fire type user, you're up close, they try burning out, going through you, just block. Just block. But anyways, guys, New World is in a much better shape this time around. Of course, things are still broken, but I'm sure people will find more bugs, exploits to take advantage of later down the line. That's inevitable. But as of right now, the main things killing PvP for a lot of people is the infinite damage killing on Hatchet, the machine gun fire from the staffs, the food buff, and the resilience bug. And they have all been fixed. So that's good to see. Unfortunately, my server doesn't have as many people to do Outpost Rush. We still hold this zone. Story time is out. If you guys remember these people, we lost Brightwood because the guild who owned it before left. So it looks like purple is slowly getting pushed off the map, because a lot of the heavy hitter purples are done and over with, and they're on different servers now, which is fine, but they really do need to merge soon. there's like, what, 300 plus on the server at peak times. It's really low. So I'm hoping they do merges soon. But I'm still enjoying it. I'm hopping on doing more of gathering because there's not enough people to go out and do watermark farming as of right now. But that's just this. I'm rambling, saying what I'm doing. Anyways, guys, hope this helps. I hope to get more, get an actual dodge tank build for you guys here soon. And I will see you all later. Take care, be well, and thank you for your time.